I find it interesting that this is my most disliked video by far. Why is that? I mean, the meaning of that video is simply that women can't be fixed once they're broken, and that only men can save them from being broken, or being broken further. So why would that upset people? Well, this upset people because it requires men to be in charge of women, to rule over women. Everybody in the West was raised to believe that they, and they alone, should have the utmost power over their own lives. That's the poison of democracy. Everybody wants power. Here's how I see democracy and politics in general. Every child wants to have complete autonomy. Every child wants to rule the entire household. But we all know, deep down, that that's not how reality works, don't we? And why? Why is reality this way? Because power is responsibility, and responsibility is power. Deep down, we all know that not everybody should have power. Most people shouldn't have power, not even over their own lives. Men and women, by the way. At least not to the degree that everyone's used to. See, just because you're an adult, that doesn't mean you're going to make responsible decisions for yourself, let alone make responsible decisions for the whole of society. People often forget that part when they obsess over freedom and democracy. Your decisions affect others. Women are meant to be ruled. It's a man's world. Women are meant to complete us and to help us. They are extensions of us. No, it's not true the other way around, but I'm not going to get into that. My point is, women don't have to be hated. They don't have to be resented. There's no need for vindictiveness toward them. Women just need to be ruled. Just be her stability, be her rock, be her anchor. Granted, that's not going to fix the problem of women wielding so much power in today's judicial system. I know that. Yes, their power needs to be removed, but they're not going to do that themselves. Women have the minds of children. Leave them to their own devices, they wreak the same havoc that children would, and for the exact same reason. They don't know what they're doing. All women understand is what they are feeling in the moment. They don't think, they only feel. If you make a list of things that people don't like about children, you'll notice they line up almost perfectly with how women behave. Here's a little list right here. The quality of our women is a reflection of the quality of our men. Our women will be low quality if our men are low quality. Why does the West have a problem with its women objectifying themselves? Millions of women are joining OnlyFans, and even without OnlyFans, they still objectify themselves through, regular porn, or Instagram, or Snapchat, or TikTok, or just name an app. Name any app, really. Why do they do this? Why do they behave like this? I could say that's just because it's in their nature, and that would be true, but that's still not the right answer. Our women are doing this because we are allowing them to, and we are also incentivizing them to. Our men are dysgenic, effeminate, weak, and stupid. And because our men are only shadows of their ancestors, our men have porn brain. Sometimes it's not even in the form of real women. The obsession often comes in the form of anime. Isn't that right, Elon? There was a guy who was one of my online monarchist friends, and despite the fact that he had many interesting thoughts regarding politics, I chose to unfollow him on all platforms because I got sick of his porn brain. Not to mention he's open about the fact that he's most attracted to androgynous women. So how do we fight this? Well, I think most traditionalists have had an asinine approach to this subject for decades. For the most part, they've just been saying, just quit porn. Oh, really? Just stop, huh? Anyone with half a brain should understand that that's not how this shit works. You don't get rid of an appetite by just walking away. It's an appetite. You don't get rid of it, you replace it. And you replace it with something just as appealing, but healthier. You fight fire with fire. Sex doesn't belong in the public sphere. Sex needs to return to being a private, intimate activity. So what do we replace sex with in the public sphere? Well, the same thing that our ancestors replaced it with: beauty. We need to remember what women can be. Men have made them sex objects. They have made themselves into sex objects. We need to make women beautiful again. Think about the difference between a woman and a lady. These women you look at and you go, that's someone I want to hold the door open for. That's someone I want to protect. That's someone I want to marry. Beautiful, not sexual. Sure, beauty always has at least a hint of sexuality to it, but it's not the only element of beauty. You could even say it's secondary. What should we see of women in public and online? Beauty, not sexuality. A woman's beauty soothes the soul in this ugly and chaotic world. It's a man's world, no question. But can you imagine if the world only had men in it? We literally have beautiful humans as a resource. And what do men see in beauty? Men see virtue, they see purity, they see health, they see a living work of art. They may even see a potential mother. This is how you fix women. This is how you fix our porn-brained men. Replace the degeneracy with beauty. Men have lost their way. Women have lost their way. Maybe a little beauty can make both remember what things can be. Which brings me to the end of this video and my point with it all. I intend to fight fire with fire. So you're going to see me posting pictures of beautiful women a lot from now on, both in my videos and beyond. In every video, in fact, at least for a while. And hey, if you find my videos boring, at least you'll have something to look at.